Hello everyone, and this is the tutorial on texturing and visual mode. So first I'm going to create a room here, and we'll go 640 by 640. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to show you is how to actually texture using the 2D editor part of it. So what I'll do is go to mode, go to line defs mode. And now I have Startan set to all these textures, but say I want a different one, so I'll go ahead and select all these lines here. Right click, and you see we'll get the edit line defs, and it even tells us we have 4 lines selected. Now we'll come into side defs, and you see we got a middle texture, an upper texture, and a lower texture. You'll learn more about the upper texture and lower texture usage when we do effects and actions. So for now we're only interested in the middle texture. So we'll click that, and you see we get this texture browser up, and it's separated based on different types of textures that we can use, different themes. Right now we have Startan, but say we wanted to make a brick type texture on the map. Well, we can select bricks here, and we can select any brick in here, so I'll just select brick 6 and push OK. And you can see suddenly we're changing the theme of our map. So I'll push C to clear that out. Now say I wanted to have like a smaller texture on one of these walls instead of having one big long one. Well, we'll go into vertices mode here, and I'll right click on the top line, and I'll make another one here. And basically what I'm doing is making a line that is 128 right in the middle of the top. So if I go into lines mode now, and I look at that, I can see down in the info panel down there that it says length is 128, and that's what I want. So now I'll right click that alone, go to side defs, come to middle, and let's just put a fake door there. So I'll go into base, and I'm going to big door 2. I also could have gone to door, so you can see how multiple textures are in multiple a single texture can be in multiple themes. So I'll select big door 2 and push OK, and push OK again. So now I have a door here, and I have bricks all around. Now, I'd really like to see what this looks like without actually jumping into the level itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is hover my mouse over my level somewhere and push Control W. Now what that's going to do is see add an item in there. That's going to basically be our 3D mode start. Our visual mode start. So what we can do now is if we push W, you see it actually puts us into visual mode. Now in visual mode, we could have done the texturing just as easily, if not easier, than if we did it in the 2D mode. So now that we're in visual mode, we can look and see we have actually put the brick texture on there, and we got the door texture going. Now I gotta say I don't really like the way we have this ceiling texture we have on here, or this floor texture, because they don't really match the brick theme. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and select the ceiling texture by clicking on it, and you see it turns red, and I'll select the floor texture by clicking on it. Now that I have both selected, if I right click, you see it brings up that same, it brings up another dialog, which is edit sector. And this basically will let me change the floor and ceiling textures, and if I click on one of these, you see it brings up that same dialog we had before. Of course, there's no doors on the floor, there's no doors on the floor, so if we go to base, I can select a different type of texture. And of course, we want to probably go to brick, because that's what I'm looking for here. So if I go to floor 5 underscore 4, push OK, push OK again, and you see it's added it to the floor. And notice I didn't add it to the ceiling texture here. Now instead of going in here, I can actually just select this and copy it with Control C, select this and push Control V, and it'll bring it right over, and we don't have to worry about going back in and selecting it. If we did, you would see it already has it in the use texture, so it could have been just as easy, but I sometimes find just copy and pasting is a little quicker. So I'll push OK. Now you see it added on both sides. Now I want to go ahead and clear my selection, because if I don't, I won't be able to modify just a single thing anymore. Because like if I right click this wall, you notice I still get the edit sectors property when I wanted the actual edit wall. So if I hit C to clear, then right click that wall, you see it brings up the edit line defs, and I can edit the walls again. And that's pretty much the same dialog you've seen before. Now for some basic visual mode controls. So what I can do here is if I move around using the S, D, F, E keys, And of course, looking around is just the mouse. Now, if I look at the ceiling and I move my mouse wheel up, you'll notice it brings the ceiling up. Move it down, it brings the ceiling down, and it's the same for the floor. Now, really important function that you'll use in this is that, say I wanted to replace all these walls pretty simply, I could right-click this, go to Side Defs, select the middle. Let me change it to like a brick 5 instead. Say I want brick 5 for all of them. Okay, now I could have selected each one of these walls, but it's probably just a lot quicker just to put your mouse over this, push Control C, that'll copy the texture. So now you'll see if I push the middle mouse on this side, it'll paste it. Now I have 3 more walls to do, but say you had like a really complicated 15 line wall or something like that you needed to replace. Well, there's a quick function you can use for that. If you use Shift and then middle mouse, you'll see that it automatically will replace all similar walls next to it. So that pretty much will fix that. Now another thing you'll use is actually auto align walls. So if I move this over a little bit, you probably won't be able to tell it's off aligned too much. If I use A, you see it'll actually align that texture for me. And also, if I move this texture like down, and you see how it throws it off in the Y axis, if I use Shift A, you see it also align vertically. So, and then cut. We can also do stuff like bringing the brightness up on this sector. If we hold Control and use the mouse button, you'll see that, or the middle mouse, and we scroll up, you see that the light level goes up. If we scroll down, you see the light level goes down. So we'll just go ahead and put that at 192 and leave that. So that'll pretty much cover basic controls for visual mode. So we'll go ahead and jump out, pressing the W key again. And with that, that pretty much covers visual mode and texturing. Thank you for watching.